Welcome everyone back to the People's Podcast. It's James here with my co-host Alex.
Howdy.
You know, we're back. We were gone for a little bit. We took a small break, a 1 week break.
Just a week off.
Just a week off. Life got busy.
Work's been railing us.
Yeah, life and work has been rough for Alex and I. So we just had to take a week off to do our lives and whatnot. But we're back, ready for some good content. We got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened in the past few weeks.
God, we haven't talked since before the Chamber, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, on social media, we're keeping up with what's going on real time. In terms of talking on the podcast, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
I like your shirt, by the way. I just noticed that.
Yeah, nice little People's Podcast shirt.
Got Razor Ramon. His anniversary of his death just came up a couple days ago, so I got to represent.
All right.
Well,
should we get into it?
Shall we?
Hot take first.
Always.
Right.
Even though there's more pressing things, I feel like it's got to be done.
Yeah. You want me to go first, or you want to do the hot take?
Doesn't matter. I'll go. So my hot take is that I don't consider night one of a 2-night event to be considered a main event. I'm sorry, Sasha versus Bianca. I mean, well, that's a bad example because if anything, I like to consider that one. But I'm sorry, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Usos, anybody that's been night one WrestleMania main event. I don't. It's hard for me to consider that a main event when it doesn't actually end the show. I mean.
Yeah, I would agree. I get the technicality. It's a main event of one show, but I do agree it's not. It's like a consolation prize. Like if I was CM Punk and I wanted a WrestleMania main event, I feel like night one would just be.
I want to send the crowd home for good, not just until the next day, less than 24 hours later.
Exactly. Yeah, I
get it.
Yeah,
I get why they do it because it's a good promotional thing, and people are just going to sit and run with it. Oh, they main event in WrestleMania, Sami Zayn versus the Usos or whatever. Stone Cold main event in WrestleMania 38. It's just hard for me to look at it that way. I don't care either way. I don't care if people do or don't, but personally, I just don't really see it.
Yeah,
meaning the same thing as being the night 2 main event. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm definitely on the same page as that. All right, let us know what y'all think about that in the comments.
Yeah, I can't imagine that'll be a super hot take, but you know what? It was on my mind. We're on WrestleMania season, so.
Heck yeah, let's roll with it. Now, I got a hot take that might piss off a lot of people.
Me included?
Maybe, I don't know. My hot take. As much as I don't like him, Jinder Mahal's WWE title reign was amazing. Amazing, good, but it wasn't bad. It definitely was not bad.
All right. I was going to say, amazing might be a stretch.
I know a lot of people... Do I think he's the most undeserving WWE champion of all time? Yes. But the reign itself was everything a heel title reign should be. He had his defenses against the baby faces that everyone wanted to see go over. Shinsuke, he beat Orton for it. And everyone kept on saying, Jinder's losing, Jinder's losing. And he always somehow won. He successfully defended the title on a cash-in. That's good. As a heel champion, to me, that's what you look for as a heel champion. Someone that the fans want to lose, and pain to see him lose, but somehow always gets one step ahead. And again, I don't even like Jinder. I am not a Jinder Mahal fan whatsoever. But no, I'm going to show props when it's deserved.
Hey, you know what? I respect it. I may not agree, but I respect the opinion at least. So I'm not pissed off as a bunch of other people would be.
All right.
By that logic, though, Jon Moxley's the greatest heel champion of all time. Just if you were to only take the internet into account, seems like everybody and their mother wants Jon Moxley to lose the title. That's a story for another time. That's we'll get there probably later. Actually, for later this episode. So, All right, some kind of mild hot takes this week. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of running out, but I just need to sit and think of a list of
Yeah.
things that I truly think that a lot of people may not agree with. So,
Yeah.
but hey, man, all right, time to talk about it. It's time to talk about the Elimination Chamber. So we've had a few weeks to stew on it. How
Yeah.
are we feeling about the whole thing? We'll talk about the ending
Mm-hmm.
at the end. We'll kind of save the drama for the end,
Mm-hmm.
but
The whole show itself I thought was really, really good. It was like, I wouldn't say perfect pay-per-view because it's a women's tag match. But as we
yeah,
talked about in the show, our expectations
yeah,
set were low, and it was basically what I expected it to be. But the
yeah.
women's chamber was great. It started off with Jade Cargill coming back, returning to attack Naomi for attacking her. Now a good swerve and having her get attacked right in front of Bianca when Bianca can't do anything because she's in the pod. That was
He
perfect.
was freaking out too. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
big
perfect.
big props to Bianca for that.
Hmm.
She really sold it and made it believable.
Yeah, and the match itself was great. I was not expecting to see Bianca to win. That really caught me off guard. I know we were talking about it, like, because she just was. I figured she was gonna be involved with the storyline more with Jade and Naomi, but no, I was like, oh, she won.
You
I'm
know
like,
what?
okay, I dig it. I dig it, especially what
I'm
they have.
okay with it.
Yeah.
Bianca's probably my favorite women's wrestler in the WWE. So yes,
Hmm.
even over Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I think Bianca's the real deal. I think she's probably the best women's wrestler in the WWE. So,
Yeah, she's really
but
good. I
I was
agree.
pleasantly surprised with that outcome.
Same, especially what they got cooking now with her, Rhea, and Io.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
great triple. That'd be a
yeah.
great triple
I would
threat.
almost rather just see Rhea versus Bianca, but you know what? I like Io too, so
I'd agree. I'd agree.
I won't upset. I won't be upset. If they maybe save Bianca versus Rhea for SummerSlam,
Hmm.
fine. I
Yeah.
just want to see the one-on-one match at some point.
Yeah, that'd be a
So,
great one-on-one match.
yeah, yeah, something that we've been wanting for years, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
ever since the Royal Rumble, where they were the last two entrants, I feel like I don't
Oh
think they've had a
yeah.
one-on-one match. Yeah, remember
I
that?
mean, they
Yeah,
might have had one-on-one, like
but
one
not
off
like
of,
big
like, yeah,
stakes
yeah,
one-on-one match though.
exactly,
Not something that actually means like for a world title or something. So,
exactly. What do you think of the women's match?
I personally liked it more than the men's, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair.
I thought just in terms of like being an elimination chamber match, obviously I'm not a big fan of elimination chamber matches nowadays, just because of how kind of soft they've become. Not
Hmm.
that I want people to get hurt, but like, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
How they've dumbed down the elimination chamber, but um, I feel like they use the chamber to their advantage a lot more than the men. People jumping off the actual chambers, people using the metal chains as actual weapons, and was it Bianca beat Liv to hell with the?
Yeah.
She was like swinging her into the chains and into the pods, and
And she freaking whipped the hell out of her with her hair.
oh my god, dude, it sounded
Dude,
like a gunshot.
it does, dude. That shit sounds so painful.
Even Naomi like getting smashed in the cage door, like that was
Hmm.
just something cool to see.
Yeah.
So I feel like they utilize the cage a lot better than the men's. But I really enjoyed the match. So
Yeah. Yeah. That was a really great way to start the show. It was
oh yeah, yeah,
hell of an
agreed,
opener.
agreed.
And then following that was the women's tag match, right?
Yep,
I got nothing to say about that. It
yeah,
was an unnecessary match.
it was decent.
Yeah, it was.
Not my cup of tea though.
Yeah,
Um,
I can skip right over
I
that.
got nothing else to say about
I
that.
got
Yeah,
nothing on that match.
I think
Tiffy and
the
Trish
next match
won.
definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Next match was.
next match definitely was the match of the night for me.
I would
But
agree.
and
I'd
probably
agree.
for a lot of other people,
Oh
probably for
yeah,
most people. Um,
yeah,
Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens unsanctioned match.
yeah. That was
So
everything I expected to be and more. That was definitely the best match in WWE, in my opinion. And it was, man,
for
it
the
was,
year, or
huh? No,
or
like
for the
the whole WWE for them. Like just
wait,
them
wait.
two, like Sammy versus Kevin.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you meant like in WWE history. I was like, what?
No, no,
Like,
no,
'cause
no.
they okay,
Like
okay,
they're
okay, okay.
his. Like they're
Between them, between those two, yeah, I got you.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. The NXT matches were pretty good, but I think this one definitely beat it. Um,
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just felt so personal.
It did. It did. It felt like, I was watching Kevin Steen versus El Generico. It felt like they were able to go to the limit they wanted to go. A lot of close call finishes. You know, and fighting around the arena, insane spots. It's what was looking for in that match. It was exactly what I was hoping for.
Yep, agreed. Totally agree. We even saw barbed wire for the
Hmm.
first time in a while in the
Yeah,
WWE, which was awesome.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, that was at one point that was one flaw I saw in the match, because I don't think it was real barbed wire, because Kevin wasn't bleeding at all, and it's how. And I was like, okay, if you're gonna use fake barbed wire, at least blade. Like, I don't really care if you use fake or real barbed wire, whatever. At least blade. But
I
then it
don't
came.
know. Did you see the video
Yeah,
that
I was
came
about
out
to say
after where he like
exactly.
dropped the razor?
Yeah, he could.
If that's what it was, but
That's what it looked like. No, it definitely looked like. I seen the video. It definitely looked like a razor. So if it got dropped and lost, I'm like, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
yeah, it still would have been nice to see some color in that match.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely think the match called for blood just because of their history.
yeah. I think
And I don't.
I mean, if he dropped the blade, I'm guessing it was supposed to be color. And just whatever happened to the blade is what happened to it. I don't know. Maybe the
It's
ref accidentally kicked
unfortunate
it out.
because it made us on the viewer's side like, oh man, now we don't have blood, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So it kind of took something away in that aspect. But like accidents happen.
exactly. At first,
But
again, at first I'm like, okay, this should have been blood in this match. But I'm like, okay, the blade fell out. Shit happens. There's
yeah,
not much you can do about that.
yeah. So still can't rate the match based off of what should have happened or what was
Hmm.
going to happen. But it was a fantastic match.
Oh, perfect.
It
Yeah.
it definitely rivals Owens versus Cody for match of the year for WWE for me, anyways. So
Hmm.
far, I feel like those two are at the top for me, like 1 and 2.
That's good. Yeah. And both
So
with Kevin Owens. Look at that.
both with Kevin Owens. That just speaks to how just great Kevin Owens is.
Kevin Owens
He's
is
able
so
to he's
good.
able to perform and put on a show with anyone. Now, granted,
Hmm.
obviously Cody and Sammy are great performers too, but Kevin Owens is just so versatile and he's just great. He can put on a story with the best of them. He can put on a match with the best of them. He's one of the best on the mic. He's just one of the more entertaining wrestlers in the whole business, in my opinion.
I
One
would
of the
agree.
more slept on wrestlers in the business too. I feel like when people are talking about best wrestlers in the world, they don't really bring up Kevin Owens. No, he's not a technical masterpiece or anything. He's not the best technical wrestler, but he's definitely serviceable enough, and he's good enough in the ring.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I love Kevin Owens. I really, really hope he gets another world title run.
He has to.
He
He has
beyond
to.
deserves it.
Yeah, 100%. It's 2016. There's no way it should be that long ago.
Hmm.
That's the last time he's held a world title. That's insane. It's 9 years later. Like strap the man up.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Strap him up.
Strap him up. Just like strap up Sami Zayn, strap up Drew McIntyre for God's sakes.
Yes, sir.
Anyways,
I ain't gonna argue that.
anyways, anything else you got to say about that match?
No. And no. That's the
Talking
main.
about the main event, the men's chamber. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Pretty good to great. I love the Cena and Punk interactions in
That
it.
was
Just
awesome,
just
man.
like the good old days
Hmm.
back in the early 2010s. But so that was fun. Drew being the first one eliminated, I was very shocked about,
Yeah, but
especially the way it happened.
that just fits with everything that goes on with Drew right now. Like him just
Yeah,
always getting the short end of the stick or getting
yeah.
fucked over.
That poor guy, man. I
Yeah.
can't wait till he shows up in AEW. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think that was honestly best way to eliminate him, just because it goes with what he does right now. As him kind of complaining and whatnot, and always getting fucked over. So I think in a star-studded match like that, that was probably the best way to get him out. Because that also helped fed into Damian versus Drew for Mania.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what else?
But yeah, I mean, like you said, that Punk and Cena exchange was awesome. Like that was my little kid side of me was like, oh hell yeah, we're getting. And they were redoing spots that they did back in SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. I'm like, hell yeah, this is what we came to see. When they just had that stare down, they hugged it out. Like, oh, and they
I
started
missed you.
going
I missed you too.
blows,
Yep.
trading
Yeah.
blows, and then Seth Rollins got involved, and they beat his ass for not minding his own business.
Seth was great in the match too.
Mm-hmm.
Seth truly is one of the MVPs of the WWE. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. You think CM Punk got some PTSD with Logan Paul doing the buckshot lariat?
I hope so.
I mean, they did the same exact spot him and
I
Hangman
know.
did.
I'd guarantee that was Punk just like, hey, we have to do this in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like you stole Hangman's moves, so now we have to do this spot.
Yeah, and it was good. They did it. I'm not gonna try to throw shade, but they did better. They did better that round than when Hangman and Punk did it. When Hangman and Punk did, they had a slip up. I'm not throwing shade at Hangman and Punk or whatever.
I blame Punk, but whatever.
Yeah, Logan did his stuff. Came in, was drawing on the pot again. Came out with the American flag, ultimate heel shit in Canada for what stuff's going on. Like, I fucking love it. I'm like, when they booed the national anthem at the beginning of the event, I'm like, hey, someone's got to come out with a American flag. I'm like, which heel is gonna do it? Somebody's got to do it. I'm like,
Of course it was
and
Logan
of
Paul.
course it's Logan Paul. Of course.
Yeah. I think the most important part though of the match is what happened after. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, Cena won by choking out Punk, and Seth kind of screwed Punk because Seth curb stomped Punk, and then Cena put that ultimate STF. Like, wasn't like a crossface.
My
that
God,
was
yeah.
sleeper,
I thought
dude.
he was gonna crush his head.
Yeah, and just Rollins in the background, die.
Yeah.
But yeah, then what happened after the match is what everyone's still talking about, man.
Yeah.
Cody dropped the F-bomb. That's the crazy thing, right? That's the crazy
Go fuck yourself.
Before we get into
That
that,
was the most shocking part, I think.
but
That
before we
not
get,
getting bleeped.
yeah, I was like, I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, wow, I was not expecting that. I was like, okay, all right, that's what we want to see. I don't mind that. I don't mind if it's every once in a while. I was like, okay.
That was more shocking than the actual turn, I think. But
but yeah,
as soon as Cena stayed out there when Cody came out, I was like, all right, yeah, something's going on here.
Yep, it finally happened. John Cena turned heel.
20 years too late.
20 years
not 20
too
years
late.
too late. Maybe 15 years too late. But after 20 plus years of being the baby face of the company, it's crazy.
Dude, it's great, dude. I remember sitting there just watching. I was watching with my mom and my best friend, and we were just sitting there watching. Like I said, he was just standing. I'm like, what are they doing? Why is he here? I'm like, okay. And he goes in for the hug and gives that look. I'm like, no fucking way to finally pulling this trigger. And boom, a low blow, man, dude. That was fucking awesome. That was perfect, man. That was amazing. Everything I would say everything I wanted, but I did not expect this. I know there was some what ifs going on, but everyone thinking it's John Cena's last year. They're not gonna turn him heel. Triple H had the balls to do what Vince McMahon never had the balls to do.
Why?
It's crazy, bro. And gosh, man, it's just. And what's crazy is I almost missed it. As you know, I watched wrestling my whole life. I've seen many big moments, and usually I plan my stuff around wrestling. For Chamber, I had planned for something else where
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna watch Chamber live. Like I said, yeah, I won't watch Chamber live, and I'll just mute notifications. Oh, some stuff changed that morning, and I was all of a sudden able to watch Chamber live. And bro, if it could be like, okay, whatever. I would have just turned off notifications and not gone on social media. But I was getting notifications from after I would not have turned the notification on. So if I would have went to where I was supposed to go that day, I would have gotten a notification on my phone from ESPN and been completely spoiled.
Nah.
I was that close. I was very close of missing one of the biggest things I've been asking for wrestling in like 20 years of watching wrestling. I've been wanting Cena turn heel since I was a wee lad, and I almost missed it.
It was the wrestling gods
The
canceling your
wrestling
plans,
got the wrestling.
telling you like you cannot miss tonight.
Yeah, wrestling gods work in some weird ways, I guess.
The wrestling gods. Oh, I love that. But yeah, that's crazy. It bugs me that it's confirmed that he's only got less than a year left, and now they decide to pull the trigger. That's the only part about it that bugs me is like we know it has an expiration date, so.
But I'm okay with it. I don't.
No, I mean it's better than nothing. I agree, but
Yeah.
it's just
Now,
like if this was like 2 years ago and we didn't know when he would be retiring, then like
true.
amazing, perfect. Like it could run out for how God knows how long, but we know come 2026, like it's not going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So that's
But
the only part that bugs me.
Yeah. But
About
now
that.
the big conversation, and I've been trying to ask older people because I don't think I'm fair to judge this because of my age. What is the biggest turn? John Cena turning heel or Hulk Hogan turning heel? Now, just the moment itself. Not. I know people want to bring up how the NWO and Hogan changed WCW. Just the moment itself. Not saying because we don't know what potentially could happen with John Cena, but just the moment itself. I've talked, like I said, I talked to my dad, and my dad was a big WCW guy. Like he was a big
And what did he
WCW.
say?
He said John Cena's was bigger. He said John
Just the
Cena.
moment.
Just a moment.
Not the after effects and everything.
Not the after effects. I don't think it's fair to say after effects because this one's still going on. And obviously the after effect of Hogan had changed the wrestling business forever. But just the moment itself. And I've also talked to other people who around during the Attitude Era, and they would say Hogan. I've gotten mixed responses. Again, we didn't necessarily live. I wasn't alive when Hogan turned heel. Or you probably a baby or even if alive.
I was a wee lad, yeah. I was born in '96, so I mean, I don't remember it live, obviously, but
from what I see, I think the Cena one's better but that has more reaction to me. I didn't really, I just knew Hogan had turned heel eventually, so I didn't have that 20 years of watching Hogan and him have that heel turn. So I guess it's
I think it's a little unfair for us to judge, to be honest, like saying which moment.
Exactly.
Is, but asking the people who are there for both.
That's what I'm here for.
The fact that it's even in the conversation is
insane.
Bonkers, yeah.
So yeah, people who were alive for both and watched both and a part of both, drop in the comments. I want to hear everyone. I want to hear people's opinion on this. Just the moment itself. Yeah. Not don't say how NWO changed the business. That is true, but just the moment itself.
If you remember, specifically from the beginning of the segment to the end of the segment.
Exactly. If you remember
nothing that happens after.
Exactly.
I'm also curious. I'm curious too. That's a good question. So.
Yeah.
I mean, since we're on the topic, we might as well just go into more about Cena.
Yeah, that's definitely.
We might as well just continue the conversation. We can talk about AEW when the time comes.
That's what I was gonna say. Actually, we do like that. So yeah, 2 days ago on Monday Night Raw, John Cena came out for his promo, and John Cena broke up with us. Joke's on you, Cena. I've already been broken up with this month. But yeah,
twice for James Hartberg. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's what I just said. Yeah, joke's on you, Cena. It's already happened to me this month.
Shut up.
Get some regular shit, Cena. But
yeah, come on, man. Stop stealing people's content, John.
But yeah, he finally did it. He broke up with us, and his promo was. Well, it wasn't what I expected, but I liked it. I liked the direction.
Definitely not what I expected either, to be honest. But because I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
But
he came out and saying how, we want, and he's just fed up with the shit. I mean, man, dude, that fucking poor kid that just took a stray for no reason. Dude just sitting front row with the John Cena shirt, and John Cena just throws a stray at him, and he just standing there, and I'll do the kid become a meme.
You know what? He's gonna grow up and be like, "That's awesome." Once he understands, he's gonna be like, "Oh man, this is amazing." I was the brunt of a John Cena joke.
Exactly, but man, I loved it. I really did love it. I like the direction they went with it. How he's not changing his gear because we stole his gear. You know, we're the ones that copy him. He's not changing his theme because that's his theme, and he knows that everybody wants the new stuff to see it and it's new theme, but he's not giving it to us.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm all cool with that stuff too. I think
Mhm.
it's fine. I think it's good. I don't think somebody needs to change like their whole persona just because they turn heel. I don't think they
Yeah.
need to like it feels like it's a widely expected thing to completely just revamp your attire, music, what you do just because you're a heel and I don't see why that's the thing. But I think in certain cases it's necessary and it's okay, but I don't think every single like heel turn needs to be something like that.
Yeah. I'd agree, and, man, it was just what I think is awesome about this heel turn is the fans are playing along with it. You know, a lot of days in pro wrestling, the heels get cheered and fans just, pop for the heel stuff. But he came out to some heavy boos, some "fuck you, Cena," "let's go, Cena," "Cena sucks" came back, the "John Cena sucks" during his theme
The
song came.
classic.
Like,
The
I think the
classic.
fans are just enjoying it. Like, yeah, we wanted this for years, so let's play along and boo the shit out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been 20 plus years coming. So people have finally got what they want.
Hmm. And man, this thing has like broken the mainstream. Like I've had multiple people come up to me who don't watch professional wrestling, but obviously John Cena is a household name. So this thing has been all over the internet. And like, what does heel turn mean? Why is this so big? All these people who just don't understand. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I had to,
That I didn't.
I
wasn't a
had,
fan of that part of Cena's promo, I'll be honest.
the heel and babyface stuff.
Yeah. That There's something about wrestling nowadays. It just bugs the frick out of me when they not saying they like blur the lines, but when they just act like it's just a show.
Oh, yeah.
But more on AEW when we get to Revolution because it happened there too,
Hmm.
and it's
Oh,
stupid. But uh,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, and that's what's good. I think it's good when wrestling breaks into mainstream and
oh yeah,
potentially pulls into
absolutely,
people. Like I said, these
absolutely.
people, some of the people I talk to, they don't know professional wrestling, but this caught their attention. I had some people who watched that promo on Raw and mentioned that kid or something. Or I said, "Damn, that's crazy!" Like, and that's what I love to see, man. I love it, man. I love people catching
Even
the eye. To
Shannon Sharp got in on it too.
And I love that, man. It's so good for professional wrestling.
Yeah, yep. It was crazy. So hopefully it turns out a good. Hopefully it turns out well in the long run. So I'm just afraid that it's gonna end and then it's just gonna be back to normal.
I mean, yeah, probably. But hey, I'm gonna enjoy this year. I'm gonna enjoy
Oh
what we
yeah,
can get out of it.
definitely enjoy it while it lasts.
Exactly.
So so do you think he wins the title at Mania then? I feel
I
like
think
he has to.
he
I feel like
has
he has
to,
to now.
because if the plan was to turn him heel, it doesn't make sense to lose at Mania. If anything, they would have had him lose at Mania, then turn heel on Cody, where he gets desperate for the 17th run. So making
Yeah.
him lose now at WrestleMania would almost make this feel pointless. But every time
Yeah.
I think I have the answer, Triple H changes the question. So
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
I
I saw an interesting take online. I think it was on Twitter. I saw it in the comments of a post. What if Cena realizes how like what he's done and how bad it is, and there's kind of this like redemption arc where maybe he loses at Mania and is like, oh god, maybe like turning bad wasn't the right way to go, and he slowly starts to come back to the good side, to go out on a high note, and he wins like the title at SummerSlam or something.
I was thinking that like maybe he uses the Rock. Like this is all planned to use the Rock. A big fu to the Rock. But it's hard because with the stuff he's saying in his promos, like I was thinking when it first happened, like okay, he didn't use the Rock, and this is how they're gonna feed the Rock to Cena 3 at SummerSlam. But like what he did at the promo, I don't know. I don't know how that would.
It didn't have
It,
much to do
it
with The
also
Rock at all.
it also wouldn't fit Cena's character to play mind games like that. But you could say maybe he has like an epiphany or a wake up moment, but we're
Yeah,
in a spot right now where we might see heel John Cena versus face Randy Orton.
that's so weird. That's so weird.
As a ruthless aggression kids like us, that is the most bizarre thing you could ever think of.
Don't think 20 years ago you would have ever been able to predict. Oh, hey, in 20 years, Cena's going to be a heel and Randy Orton's going to be a face. They're still going to be wrestling and
Yeah.
going to have a match together. It's
If you
like,
had told that
okay,
us 20 years ago, yeah, okay.
but it's just crazy to think about.
hmm
There's so many possibilities they could go, so many different directions they could go in, and because what if he doesn't win the title?
I know.
What happens?
I think he has to. I
Rock,
think.
maybe Rock was just using him to get to Cody. I don't, but that wouldn't even make sense because Rock can just use his
hmm
TKO powers to get to Cody. So it's not like it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what direction they're going to go in? But that's part of the fun, right?
Exactly. I'll tell you
It's just,
one thing.
we don't know.
We don't know. But I'll tell you one thing I'm excited for. I'm excited to see Travis Scott to get back in the ring with Cody Rhodes so he can get his receipt.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that. Popped his ass like he owed him drug money.
For real, man. Dude smacked the shit out of him. And I was talking with my coworkers today. I'm like, yeah, because they were asking about Travis Scott being in the ring. I'm like, yeah, he was doing this and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, next time he's getting in the ring with Cody Rhodes, he probably has a receipt coming his way.
I don't know if Cody. I think Cody's probably not going to be the one to do it. I feel
hope
like
he
Cody's
is.
just not that kind of guy.
I don't
But
know. I don't know. I feel like he is. I feel like he's got to find that inner Bullet Club Cody, that heel side. Not even to be a heel because that would be a face thing to do it, but there's got to be a part like behind the scene Cody, where he's like legit pissed, like, okay, this motherfucker smacked the shit out of me, and I wouldn't
dude,
let that slide, dude. That was,
oh my god, he popped him so hard.
and not to even
I
start
couldn't
that.
stop laughing when it happened.
And Travis shouldn't even been part of all that. Like, it was so
No,
unnecessary.
no, it's not a. That was
Even Cena was,
dumb.
you could tell, he was lifting up Cody to do that, and Cena was pushing Cody down, like, motherfucker, he needs to be down.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
But I don't like Travis Scott, so I really want to see him get punched in the face.
Yeah, I have no opinion, good or bad, about him, so I don't listen to that kind of music. So, but yeah, what a wild ending to Elimination Chamber it was.
Crazy ending, bro. Crazy.
Just crop Travis Scott out of all of those pictures and stuff, and it's totally fine. He doesn't
Bro,
need to be there. He should not have been there in the first place. But
yeah, I
whatever,
agree.
whatever.
I just ignore that. I'm like, but man, I'm still sitting here, we're talking about it. It almost still doesn't feel real, John Cena being a heel. A human being, as he said. He's not a heel, he's a human being.
Yeah.
John Cena's sick of being bullied.
Oh man, he's standing up to the bully that was the IWC for 20 years.
And in his defense, he said how people have just, disrespected him. I'm like, no, I'm victim here. Yeah, I hated John Cena for most of his career. I didn't start liking John Cena probably the past 5 years or something like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm probably the problem. This is on me, folks. It's my bad. I was always there chanting Cena sucks.
I liked Cena up until 2007-ish, 2008-ish.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was just like, whatever. I don't really care. So
yeah. I was never a Cena fan.
Yeah.
I was
I love
pissed
the
at
Chain
WrestleMania
Gang
22.
Chain Gang stuff was awesome. You were you were at WrestleMania 22. Yeah. That's right. The entrance for WrestleMania 22 was sick.
Yeah, that was a cool entrance. CM Punk's debut.
WrestleMania 22, was it?
Well, it was probably the entrance.
Oh, that's right. He was one of the guys holding the gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's crazy. Man.
Anything else you want to talk about John Cena?
I don't think so. So. Do you want to talk about, while we're on the WWE topic, we might as well just talk about WWE weekly stuff before we even get into AEW.
Definitely. As we kind of talked about earlier, we got a triple threat with Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky. Rhea Ripley pulled Shawn Michaels and just signed her name on the contract, which I'm cool. I like it. I think that'd be a great triple threat match. But again, from that last show, we were wrong. We thought there was zero chance of Rhea Ripley losing her title to Io Sky.
Yeah, definitely was a shock. But not a bad shock. Not a bad shock at all. I don't think.
No, not at all. It was a good. That was a great match, and I remember because my cousin, Jordan, who was on a few episodes ago,
Yeah,
him and I were talking. He's like, "Dude, Bianca's gonna win, and then Io's gonna win at Raw." I'm like, "Dude, you're a fucking idiot. That don't make sense." I've been watching 25 wrestling for my whole life, but what do I know? I guess I just don't know shit.
You don't know shit, James. You should just stop watching wrestling at this point.
Yeah. Like that one guy said on TikTok, I don't watch wrestling. I'm just a booker.
You're not a wrestling fan. You're just a fantasy booker. Me too, apparently. What the hell? This shows you, yeah. Well, it actually kind of proves him right.
Yeah, we got that. The Street Profits won the tag titles, which I'm all happy for, man.
I'm really happy about that too. Especially for the fantasy wrestling points.
Yeah, that was a good underdog pick. Very good underdog
needed
pick
that
by
win,
you.
So.
But man, I hate how not over DIY is. Like they came out with that electric crowd, whoever they were at, and just crickets. That hurts, bro.
It hurts way deep down in here because they were the heart and soul of NXT. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano.
Mm-hmm.
Heart and soul, and every crowd loved Johnny Gargano. Every crowd massively hated Tommaso Ciampa after he turned heel, of course. And on the main roster, it just doesn't hit the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Cause I want to see Johnny and Ciampa go at it, but that heel turn of Ciampa, it's not gonna hit the same
if the crowds just don't care.
Yeah, and it's not like they're getting booked badly. They were the 2-time tag champs. They're on the show weekly. They're doing this stuff. And maybe because they are heels, maybe that's what's hurting them. But even as face, they weren't getting a reaction.
I think the main problem is they're built for a different audience. They're built for a different type of wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, NXT fans weren't the same as main roster fans.
No.
And they're not even close.
But it used to transition well. It used to transition really well. A lot of people who went from NXT to WWE would always be over. I think they just went through a long period where they went through that, they were obviously black and gold, but they were still in NXT for the Rainbow 2.0 stuff. And I think there was just a large gap where they kind of just got lost in the shuffle. I think they were in NXT too long.
Yeah. That's possible. It sucks. It sucks, man. Because
it does.
I love both those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing them get reactions like that, it hurts.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's like you said,
especially have you met Johnny?
I met Johnny. Johnny's a super nice guy to meet.
Johnny's amazing. He's such a nice guy in real life. Like he's one of the top wrestlers that I've ever met, just in terms of super nice, chill guy, loves talking to his fans, and just loves shooting the shit.
Yeah, because I met him right before he came back to WWE, and I asked him, like, are we going to see you somewhere soon? He's like, yeah, I'll be somewhere soon. And that was like a few weeks before he returned to WWE. But again, he's just a guy, he was just chill to talk with. Like, he didn't rush people. He had a line, he had a decent line, but he would just, actually make eye contact with you and just talk life. Like, I was asking him, like, how's the kid and whatnot? How's being a dad and whatnot? Just having a casual conversation with him.
It's same, yeah. So I was with Austin, and we met him at a Comic-Con out in Des Moines, Iowa, and no line at all. So literally, Austin and I just sat there for 15 minutes just talking to him.
Really, that's awesome.
It was like we've been friends for 5+ years. The way he was talking to us, it was just amazing.
That's
talking
awesome.
about Candace and his kid, and God, yeah, this was like May of 2022 or something. So, but yeah, he's just a great guy. Yeah. So I wish the best for him. I really hope that people start caring about them in a wrestling ring. They're great wrestlers. But Johnny just has natural babyface love too.
He does. He's such a good baby. I always prefer. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Johnny Gargano in the way and the heel stuff. Like I was not a fan of that stuff. NXT. He's a generic good babyface, and Tommaso's a good heel.
Yes.
Like people, y'all gotta buy into this because y'all don't know what you're missing, dude.
Don't know what they're missing at all.
Like
anybody that doesn't know, definitely go back and watch their NXT stuff together because it was just magic.
they definitely have potential. They both of them are potential world champions. Like they are so good.
Yeah,
Especially
maybe.
Ciampa. I think Ciampa, will fit good with the world. He's got to get a Goldie. He has to get Goldie back.
Goldie. Gotta get Goldie. Those are great times.
But yeah, we got that going on.
Punk, Rollins, Steel Cage.
Yeah, Roman came back. Roman Reigns, Punk and Seth Rollins had a killer steel cage match. Those back-to-back nights of killer steel cages, and it was awesome. I know one of my favorite details about it was, they were holding the door open for each other, like, "Hey, go ahead, get out," but not just the heat they had. What I find weird is whatever Netflix's rules are, is they're more sensitive with the cursing than USA Network was. Like they did a middle finger, and it got like they did the black screen when the fans, say cuss word, they get blurred out. I'm like, man, I thought Netflix we're getting away from this stuff.
I heard now. Don't quote me on this, but because it came from a dirt sheet, so who knows if it's actually true or not. Can't trust them nowadays. But I heard that was a WWE call, and Netflix wasn't the one to.
That's what I said. That's what I heard. That's what I said to my cousin yesterday. That I think it's more of a WWE call and just a business thing, because at the end of the day, it's still profited towards kids. Now, I'm still big on the teaching your kids right and wrong, but I'm not going to get into that topic.
I want kids to be just throwing out fucking shit.
I'm just saying, I grew up in the ruthless aggression era, and I turned out all right.
Same, yeah. Agreed, yeah. Saw plenty of blood in the ruthless aggression era, early 2000s. Saw plenty of cussing.
Watch people literally have sex in the middle of the ring. Like I've seen my shit, and I turned out all right.
Oh my god. Vince was wild for that one, but
but yeah, that steel cage match was great, and Roman coming back, pulling Seth out the cage, and Seth just looking like that death head, like, oh, I'm about to die, because Roman was ready to kill him. Roman Reigns hit the curb stomp on Seth, and then he looks in the cage, and Paul Heyman's comforting CM Punk, so he goes after Punk. I'm like, all right, okay, because obviously the rumors were going around with a triple threat match with Roman, Punk, and Rollins, and at first I'm like, I don't see how that works out. That doesn't make sense to me. But now, they work to it. It makes sense. Do I still prefer just Rollins and Roman? Yes, but at least now I'm like, okay, this reasoning behind this, and I'm excited.
Yeah, that should be good. So,
you think it'll main event night one?
I feel like the women probably will.
Possibly.
Rhea, Io, and Bianca, but we'll see.
Possibly.
I think it'd be hilarious if Punk still never got a WrestleMania main event. So.
You're dying on that hill, aren't you?
Yep. We want CM Punk to not get a main event at WrestleMania. That'd be hilarious. And I got nothing against him, but hey.
But that promo he cut on Raw after Elimination Chamber, when he was calling out Cena, Rock, and basically calling out everybody, that was some vintage CM Punk there. That was like CM Punk of old. Like, that's the Punk I like seeing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like we're going to get Penta versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title, and I'm all for that, dude.
That'll be a great match. That'll be great.
I think it's going to be a one-on-one match. I still rather see a ladder match at WrestleMania, but hopefully they work something for a ladder match. Maybe a U.S. title get the ladder match, because I like seeing a ladder match at Mania. I don't want to see the Money in the Bank to come back. We talked about that before, but I like seeing a ladder match at Mania. I feel like we got one. We get one almost every year. Yeah, almost every year for a while.
Last year was the tag titles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I love ladder matches. They're one of my favorite stipulation type matches. So I'd definitely be down for it.
Yeah, and what else do we got? I mean, that's mostly the Tiffy and Charlotte feud is not hitting at all. I'm not a fan. I just don't care for Charlotte, man.
No,
And Tiffy as a face, it does not work. It's just
no, I'm not digging it, but whatever.
I'm hoping Charlotte don't win, but
You know what else I'm not digging? Jey
what?
Uso.
You've never been digging Jey Uso.
I know, but I just wanted to put it out there again.
Yeah, I know.
Pulled a
The build
flop
has not.
dollar. Pulled a flop dollar on Raw the other night.
Yeah, he did. The internet is letting him have it.
This is who you want as world champion, people.
Come on, he's done that dive 100,000 times and he slipped once.
Exactly. Flop dollar.
But yeah,
And
just
what
talking
the
about
fuck was that spear?
Yeah, that was a bad. That was.
His spear always looks bad. No offense. Like, I'm sure Jay's a great guy, but I just.
Yeah, I don't think he definitely doesn't have a good spear. That wasn't it. I know the match got cut short due to Cena going longer than expected to be.
God damn it, Cena! He really is a true heel. He's taking up other people's time.
But yeah, I mean, the Gunther and Jay has not hit too much. I don't think it's necessarily as bad as people are making it out to be, but I feel like it's getting overshadowed by a lot of stuff, and there needs to be better booking and towards that.
It's definitely not main eventing, that's for sure.
No, I don't think it should. I don't think it should.
It hurts me that Gunther is going to lose the world title to Jay.
I love it.
Me. I need Gunther to win in a 5-minute almost squash. That would make me happy.
But man, all of a sudden everyone's hopping on Austin Theory's dick, though.
For real. What the hell?
Me personally, I've always been an Austin Theory fan. I've always seen potential in him, but now everyone's acting like they loved him for day one. I'm like, yeah, most of the internet fucking hated
not.
it.
Absolutely not, dude. You know how many people hated Austin Theory and didn't give a damn about him?
Exactly.
Up until now.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
I'm like, hey, if this helps him get some push, cool. But like, y'all don't act like y'all day one on him. Y'all forget, shitting on Vince for booking
for so many years.
And I do like him. I am one person who's I was at the Money in the Bank where he won it, and I literally called. Me and my friend Trey called every bit of that, how that was gonna, he was gonna drop the U.S. title, get added, and win Money in the Bank. Now that turned out terribly, obviously, behind hindsight.
He cashed in for a mid-card title and lost.
And what was an open challenge? Seth Rollins was doing an open challenge that night for the U.S. title. Rollins got jumped, and then he did a cash in. I'm like, what? That was, in my opinion, that is the worst cash in of all time.
Yeah.
From a logic standpoint, it's hard not to say. Stupid.
Oh my god, dude.
And then he won the U.S. title 2 weeks later. Like, what are we doing?
I've liked Austin Theory since NXT, and I've always thought that the dude has super potential.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the look. He's a really good wrestler. He's got the charisma. I don't know why he's just being like so badly right now.
Yeah, they need to break him off from Grayson Waller.
Agreed. Yeah,
they did what they did. They were a good team, but they've been teasing them breaking up for a while. They need to do it. I think Theory will make a really good face. Like, I've seen videos out there how he interacts with fans, and he's very good at interacting with fans, and not being a heel when he have kids come up to him or whatnot. I'm like, this guy has potential of being. I'm not gonna say a main eventer, but he definitely can run the mid card like high up.
Oh, I definitely think he could be world champion in main event.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the future, if you got built correctly. Right now, I don't see it. But
right now, no, absolutely. Yeah, but it's just because he's been dog shit.
Yeah,
not him personally.
No, but the booking of him.
Yeah, the booking of him. Yeah,
but yeah, I just found that funny. I don't know because I obviously got squashed. I'm like, man, y'all really hop on his bandwagon really fast.
For real, it just became like the cool thing to feel bad or like Austin Theory now. It's like, motherfucker, you hated him for years. It's crazy. the total switch up.
Mm-hmm.
But not surprised.
That's wrestling fans for you.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think we can.
That's about
Yeah, I
LA
think
Knight. LA Knight won the U.S.
oh
title
yeah,
again.
shit.
Shinsuke. Shinsuke's leaving WWE.
Yeah, that's good. Honestly,
I agree. Yeah.
I think I'm not. Everyone says that WWE didn't do stuff with Shinsuke. He's had multiple mid card title runs. He won a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but
he's
his
just
mid card title runs were not very good at
exactly. They all
all.
sucked, but like I
They
don't.
put the title on him, sure, but they didn't do anything with him.
Yeah, exactly. And just
he won the Royal Rumble and then just fell off the face of the earth, basically.
yeah,
All because of a little slight mishap on a suplex to Cena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he'd be better off in AEW or going back to New Japan. I think the best move for him, New Japan.
Probably New Japan for sure. Yeah, New Japan. I feel like they need the star power. They need the big name like Shinsuke has.
I feel like he would get lost in the shuffle in AEW.
Yeah,
I think
even though there's some matches I want to see with him in AEW, I think New Japan is definitely the spot for him.
Yeah, I think so because I think AEW is getting to the point where they need to stop adding so much star power because they got so much star power to work with.
Thankfully, they're letting people go too. When contracts run up, people are leaving, which is good.
Yeah,
and they're releasing people now, which is the people that want out.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is also good.
They just Ray Phoenix got advertised for basically it was damn near a confirmation, like a video package, and there's a tease that people are leading them Alice to Black. So it's good. It's good to see
Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks. It's good to see
showed up in NXT the day after he got released.
Yeah, he was ready, bro. Which is how it should be. I've never understood if someone wants to leave a company, holding them hostage.
Yeah, to be fair, if you sign a contract though and you go bad mouthing your employer, like that's not a good look either. Ricky Starks didn't do that. Ricky Starks didn't badmouth at all.
I 100% agree with you. If you have a problem with your employer, going on social media and complaining about it is just a bad look on yourself.
Terrible look.
I think I 100% agree with you. If you want to, afterwards, after your contract, you want to go on a podcast and just talk your opinions, I don't see a problem with that. That's cool.
Neither do I. Nope.
As long as you're cool.
Not everybody is going to be happy everywhere they work.
Exactly.
And it's just unrealistic to think that every single employee is going to enjoy their employer.
Exactly. Like, you know how much I love CM Punk, but the way he handled the all-out press conference was terrible. And I love Punk, but I'll call the flaws like you don't. That's just that doesn't help anything. Especially at that time when he was still not. He didn't hate AEW. He was still working with them. Like you just buried your own company, man. What are you doing?
yeah. That I was not. I was also not a fan of, but I was whatever.
Yeah.
It's past it now. It's been 2.5 years.
Exactly.
Almost 3 now.
Yeah.
But
you want to get into some AEW talk before we run out of time?
Yeah, man. We got about 35 minutes left, so this is an episode, that's for sure. And Revolution is not going to be quick to talk about.
No,
a lot happened at the show. So I guess let's just get right into it. Pre-show probably doesn't really even matter. I don't even remember what happened on the pre-show. Big AJ though. Big AJ was there.
He was there.
The number one marketer for AEW. I swear to God, dude markets the hell out of AEW more than 90% of the people that work there. It's crazy. It's great. I love it. That's what they should be doing.
That's what the celebrity should be doing. Logan Paul is good at that too. Logan Paul, as a celebrity, if you're you should be marketing the shit out of it. That's really the only reason why you're there.
Yeah. Well, Big AJ used to be a wrestler, so.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy. But yeah, no, I agree. First match, Hangman versus MJF.
Awesome, dude.
Really, really good.
Really good. Dude, that tombstone on the chair.
Oh, that hurt my neck.
Yeah, that was a really, really good match.
It was, yeah. And it's just the beginning too. Their feud's obviously not over.
Yeah. Fucking MJF face planting on the mat.
Dude. In the Angel's wings.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, that had to hurt, man. Dude.
Yeah. But really good match. Obviously two of the best wrestlers in the company. So anything else you want to say about that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the feud just getting started, but That first match is something I've been wanting that for almost
5
6
years.
years now. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to finally get it, and it met my expectations.
Oh yeah. Next we got Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe. I've really enjoyed this. I thought it was a great match.
It was a good match. Yeah.
Thank you, James.
Momo
I'm
carried.
glad that you're finally coming around to Mercedes.
Momo carried.
Oh, shut the hell up. Shut up. She did kick her right in the damn throat, though. Did you catch that?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that was a stiff ass
Yeah.
But hey, professionals, they finished the match. It was a great match. So Mercedes, she's been on a great run. I don't care what you say, but she's been on a fantastic run in AEW. Just amazing matches. Sorry, I'm just saying.
I don't necessarily disagree. I just don't want to talk positive about her.
I don't understand. I don't understand you.
I'm basically so far in the hole of talking trash about Mercedes Moné. There's no really coming out.
Yeah, you just kind of gotta stick with it.
Exactly. I said a few episodes ago, like she's a lot better than she was in the last few years in WWE. Because like I said, I love NXT Sasha Banks, but main roster Sasha Banks sucked ass.
If you say
so. For the most part.
If you say so. Not the match versus Bianca at WrestleMania. That was fantastic.
That was a good match, but Bianca carried.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. Takes two to tango, James. Takes two to tango. But yeah, I thought that was a great match. This card was just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just talk about the card for a second? Hangman MJF, Ricochet Swerve, Okada Brody King, Mariah versus Tony, Takeshita versus Omega, Ospreay versus Fletcher. Like, are you serious?
That was a hell of a card, dude. That shit was a really good pay-per-view, man.
I don't think I'd ever seen a card like that good in wrestling.
I mean, it's definitely
history. In wrestling history, it's like I don't think I've ever seen a card that had that many like just potential banger matches on it, one after the other after another. It was crazy.
But they all weren't bangers. It was like 3 bad matches. I wouldn't say bad.
Most of them.
Yeah, most.
But...
yeah.
Yeah. So after that one, we had Ricochet versus Swerve, which was just another amazing match.
I thought Nana was turning. I thought that match Nana was turning.
Dude, yeah. When he walked out, I was like, oh man, it was all a play, all a play. Well done. I
think that'd be a good duo though, Nana and Ricochet together.
They would definitely.
That'd be. I don't think Swerve needs Nana.
He doesn't need him, no, but it feels right. It feels like the perfect pairing of wrestler and manager. I can't see a world without Swerve and Nana being together. It would feel too wrong. But I thought the match was great. Great storytelling too, for all you storytelling freaks out there. People that say storytelling is the only thing that matters. Well, this match had it and more, and it had great wrestling too. So,
yeah, exactly. That match was better than I expected.
Really?
I wasn't expecting it to be bad or anything. It was just that good of a match. I expected a good match. It exceeded expectations. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm not the biggest fan of Ricochet on the mic, but I love watching Ricochet wrestle.
Yeah. I'll continue to say it. Ricochet might be the smoothest wrestler I've ever seen in the ring. I know you'll say Ospreay, but it's just Ricochet just moves like butter, dude. Yeah. Ospreay's big. He's got some weight to him, and Ricochet he's a little smaller, a little more agile. So it just things feel like they flow a little bit more smoothly. Not saying Ospreay isn't smooth at all, but because he's probably next on the list. But everything Ricochet does is gold in a ring.
That's fair.
And the bumps he takes are insane too.
Yeah, he's good at selling. Ricochet's good at selling.
Yeah, one of the best sellers ever, I think. But yeah, so banger match there. Next we had Okada versus Brody King. I thought it was decent.
I was not a fan, man. I was very upset about it.
Yeah, it didn't meet expectations for me either.
It was a squash match for 90% of the match, and Okada just won.
Yeah.
Was not a fan, dude.
It was one of those type of Okada matches. It wasn't the Okada versus Omega, Okada versus whatever type of match. It was.
Okada just had a great match at World's End. But I'll be honest with you, for the most part, Okada's AEW run just has not been it for me. For the most part, I'm not saying he's trash.
I feel like he just he was like, I'm gonna go here where I can just chill out and not do much and show up and have a Wrestle Kingdom main event quality match every once in a while, and that's
what I feel like.
But you know what? Yeah, this match was just decent at best.
Okada.
I had high hopes, but
yeah,
I was kind of hoping Brody King would win. To be honest,
I was hoping, dude. I wasn't a big fan of Brody King a few months ago, but ever since Continental Classic, dude, I'm sold on Brody King.
He's such a beast. He's so good. He's so good. Anything else about that?
Nah, I got nothing on that match.
Hurt Syndicate versus Outrunners.
This is we'll talk about it a little bit later, but some of the match placement on this card could have improved.
Yeah,
these are two not good matches back to back.
Yeah,
I'm not a big Outrunners fan. I think the whole stuff is overrated. I don't see the appeal.
See, I like the Outrunners. I don't love them, but I like them. But just didn't hit at all.
Yeah,
worst match on the show for me, to be honest.
I'd agree.
Don't even say the main event.
The main event was bad, bro.
We'll talk about it when we get there. All right, but next comes the stretch of what might be the 3 best back-to-back-to-back matches in history. I can't remember a time where we had 3 straight matches on a single show that have produced the quality that these 3 matches have had. Starting with Toni Storm and Mariah May with the Hollywood ending.
Dude, that was a bloody and it was very fast paced. It felt like they were limited on time, so they were like fucking boom, 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 just non-stop beating the shit out of each other. Like they did a fucking stage bump in the first few minutes of the.
Oh my god, yeah.
Then Glass was involved, and dude, that might have been my favorite AEW women's match of all time. That was a great match. And I said
it's definitely up there. I think it's up there with Britt and Thunder. Their lights out unsanctioned match.
And I said, and I don't even remember. I wasn't really looking forward to the match. I'm like, okay, but then
what the hell?
Then they added the no DQ because when last time I talked on the podcast, it was just a regular match.
Yeah.
And then they made it, the Hollywood finale, whatever they called it. And I'm like, dude, that match was. I thought that was gonna be match of the night. It's still arguably match of the night for me. Like it's
up there. It's such up there. Now, not to go into Dave Meltzer's star ratings or anything, because, like he said in the past, his opinion is just what he likes, But I mean, 3 5-star matches on the show. Storm versus May being one of them, and I think it was deserving of one.
Yeah, I give the 3 matches.
I think it's the best women. Yeah, I think it's the best women's match in AEW history.
Yeah.
So it was insane, dude. Tony's out here taking champagne bottle shots to the nether region. It's like Jesus, man. They had the glass on the tape on the hand. They were like, oh man, dude, they went all out.
Good match. They
went
really
all out.
Good.
Definitely deserving. It was fantastic. So, anything else?
No.
Next, Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita for the International Championship.
Great, dude. Oh,
just fantastic. Just fantastic match. I was speechless. Like, this was like 2 matches in, and I was like, oh my god! Like, and now we have Ospreay versus Fletcher. But Omega and Takeshita, I mean, they showed out. Omega won. He's a champion again, a singles champion again.
Yeah, I figured.
Super happy about that.
Yeah, I figured. I know. Takeshita had a good run. He did good with the title.
He did.
Yeah. And
he had a really good reign, I think, because he was defending the title like it was meant to be, like in other promotions in New Japan and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Over in DDT, I think he had a couple of matches too.
Yeah, and it seems like Kenny's going to continue that trend, which is good. That's what that title was meant to be and sounds what it should be. An
Yeah.
international title. Take that place. Especially how AEW is with wrestlers going everywhere and anywhere. Let it be like that. Hell yeah, dude. That's how it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, agreed.
And it's good to see Kenny get a title because obviously there's no confirmation, but Kenny's career is definitely closer to the end than beginning. It could probably. I'd say we have 2 years max, Kenny Omega.
Yeah, because they signed the Elite re-signed in what 2023. So if you say 3 or 4 year contracts, they'll be coming up in this year, next year, or the year after.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it being maybe Kenny's last run, or maybe if he does decide maybe to go to WWE for like a 1-year thing.
Yeah,
And
do
call it
some
there.
dream matches and just finish.
I would like it. I wouldn't mind if he went to WWE at all. I think he deserves the spotlight. He absolutely deserves the shine of WrestleMania. But I kind of like it if he weren't to go to WWE. He were to kind of prove that you can be as successful as Kenny Omega without the biggest wrestling company in the world.
Yeah, as of right now, I think he already has a title. But if he finishes off his career without going, I know he's done a fucking velocity match or fucking whatever. Like
he had like a tryout for a week or something at one point. But
he's the greatest wrestler to never to never have a WWE contract, in my opinion.
That's
Ospreay could be up there too, but with Ospreay being only in his early 30s.
Early 30s too. He's like 31.
I would imagine we could potentially see him in WWE before his career is over.
I don't know, man. The way he talks about AEW, like it's like he's
but AEW's gonna be out of business
with that place.
AEW's gonna be out of business in 2 years. That's what the internet told me.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Ospreay to WWE confirmed, obviously.
Yeah.
No, but I would love to see Kenny being just he's arguably top 10 wrestler of all time, and he's done it without
arguably. I don't think it's an argument. I think he is top 10.
He probably is, yeah. And that's without stepping foot in the WWE.
Yeah.
It's just he's that good. And I love that. I love that about him because it just proves that you don't have to go to WWE to achieve like all-timer status. You just got to put in the work.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, that match was crazy too. I loved how they played off the Kenny Omega like intestines, his diverticulitis thing. That was fantastic throughout. So
a classic Kenny kick out at one after.
Yeah.
He got hit and dude, it was a great match, dude. It's hard to look back and remember everything. It's been like 3 weeks. That's
It's been a while, yeah. I watched the show 2 different times. So I watched it live and then I watched it like a couple days later. Just because I was just in amazement.
Fair enough.
But yeah. Another 5-star rating from Mr. Meltzer. Which on the Alex rating scale, 5-star Kenny Omega returns with this one. So
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's 5-star for me too.
Takeshi's great too, man.
Dude,
and he's so young. So young.
Yeah,
he's mid to late 20s. He's gonna be so good. I can't wait till he wins a world title. And he's got that interesting like dual contract with AEW and New Japan and DDT, which is really cool. I find it awesome that he has something like that. So I kind of think maybe more people will do something like that where they're multi-contracted to different companies. But Takeshi with the New Japan World title, oh baby, that'd be awesome.
I'm all for it.
But anyways, so moving on to probably my match of the year so far. Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay.
Bro, that match is so bro, before the bell even rang, it got a star for me just from that camera view of both of them standing on the cage staring.
Automatic, just 5 stars.
That's 1 star right there for me. That was good enough. All right, it's 1-star match at least. Maybe ring the bell and you'll get the other 4 stars.
That was so cool, dude. That was such a cool spot.
Dude, that was a gruesome match, dude. That was hard hitting, using the cage. Bro, a Spanish fly off a steel cage.
Oh my god. And And that's not just some normal steel. That's a tall ass steel cage too.
Dude, that's like, and they were setting it up. I'm like, there's no way something's gonna happen because that's just one of those things. Like, if you don't hit it perfectly, you could potentially legit die because or hurt
Dude.
yourself so bad. Like, you gotta land flat, or else you can land on your neck, or if you over rotate, destroy your legs. Like,
I thought
it
he was
has.
gonna pull like I thought he was gonna pull like an Elix Skipper from TNA, where he
Yeah,
like runs the cage and does a Hurricane Rana
that'd
off
been
it. But
crazy.
I would not. That would have been way too risky.
Yeah,
But the Spanish Fly, that was crazy.
dude. That that match, and then obviously Mark Davis got involved and bringing all these weapons, and Mark Davis got everyone was, it was a bloodbath, and I love how Kyle Fletcher wore his attire from World's End, where he still had the dry blood from Osprey. I'm like, that's a cool. That's no one's done that before. That's cool.
Storytelling.
Right there. Yeah,
that's storytelling. Subtle,
dude.
but like such a great touch.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he did a freaking Styles Clash on thumbtacks.
Dude,
Kyle Fletcher had thumbtacks in his dick. I can't imagine that.
Not for me. I want to take a bump on thumbtacks. Not like that though.
Not like that. No.
Not like that.
Only on the back.
Yeah, only on the back.
Enough. Not like Mick Foley out here taking a pedigree with no like hand cover in thumbtacks either.
Nope.
Guy got thumbtacks sticking out of his forehead and lip. But yeah, dude, just absolutely insane match. And it deserved it.
Oh yeah,
the way their feud has been. Kyle Fletcher's he's a superstar. Not even in the making anymore. Like he is main event material. If you told me like he's going for the world title right now, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be upset at all.
Neither would I.
I think he's got it. So
Osprey gave him a lot of props on the Chris Van Vliet show, and dude, Kyle Fletcher is gonna have an amazing future in professional wrestling.
He's only 25. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's my age.
It's insane, dude. And he's already almost at the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Cool. And he's another dude that was very cool to meet. Very nice guy.
Yeah. Him and Sky both seem like really cool people to meet.
Yes.
But yeah, man. 5-star match for me easily. Match of the year.
Yeah, so far it's my match. So far it's my match of the year.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to. Somebody's gonna try to top it. I know.
Yeah, Osprey.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Yep. I don't even know who's Osprey even gonna face again, or even gonna face.
Put Osprey against a fucking mannequin. He's gonna make a 5-star match out of it.
They do that in Japan. In DDT.
Yep.
The blow up doll, Yoshihiko or whatever.
Yep.
Oh man. But yeah. So anything else about that match?
Oh, dude, that was perfect. He ended it with the Tiger Driver. Great. That's storytelling right there because he doesn't like using that move unless he wants to kill the son of a gun.
Yeah. And that's the move that Fletcher took out Osprey with too.
Yep.
So it comes full circle. So it's just it's beautiful storytelling in that. So and now time for the main event. Not
a fan of it, man. I'm just not a fan of it. I had hopes. I love Edge and I love Moxley. This match it wasn't it, man. And I want to say, because it led off 3 banger matches, but I don't like using that excuse because those 3 banger matches had to follow a banger match itself. So I'm like, man, what happened?
I don't think you were gonna get that kind of 5-star match out of Mox and Cope.
No, I didn't expect a 5-star
without it
match,
being like a
at least
stipulation.
3.
Yeah. If it was a stipulation match like the match tonight, we're recording before Dynamite for anyone wondering, but they're in a street fight. If that would have been a street fight, it probably would have been better. Maybe not. It wouldn't have been 5-star material, but at least would have been better, I think. Following Osprey versus Fletcher, or following the streak of 3 matches, even.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan. I don't get why they're redoing it tonight. Because
Cope's gonna have to win, right? If they're redoing the match.
To me, that wouldn't make sense with Swerve. Swerve's a face.
Swerve versus Cope. Well, yeah,
That's like
but
turn Swerve
you
heel.
don't
Yeah,
always have to do face versus face and heel versus or face versus heel. And
that's true. That's true. But again,
I
I
don't
don't know.
think it's. I don't think it's. I like to. How am I trying to say this? How am I supposed to say this? I don't think it's necessary for every single match or every single feud to be heel versus face.
I agree. You know, even if you
I
go look
think,
like the Punk, Roman, and Rollins feud, that's all faces. You can't point out a
yeah,
heel there.
yeah,
Not
true,
yet, at
yeah,
least. But yeah,
not
no,
yet, yeah.
that is true. You're 100% correct. You know, I'm not. I, I don't want to see Copeland. I'm still sold on Darby, bro. I'm gonna die on that hill until Moxley loses to someone else, and I'll be like, oh well.
I don't know, man. The way the shows have been going, it feels like Darby is just an afterthought at this point. I
Yeah,
mean, you
unfortunately.
got how many people you got gunning for the title? MJF, Hangman, Jay White, Copeland, Swerve. That's five. That's five main eventers right there that are gunning for the world championship.
Hmm.
So I'd be
Yeah.
fine with any of the five winning it, to be honest.
Hmm. I know a
But
lot of people hate it, but I did like the ending of that match. How Christian cashed in and lost. That's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want,
dude, I thought he was gonna get the pin when he had his arm on Edge,
dude, that would have
being
made
choked
Mox
out.
look so fucking dumb.
I thought it was gonna happen. I was like, "There's no way," but that would have been intriguing. I honestly would have been fine with it
Yeah.
because then you have Christian versus Swerve at Dynasty, and it's. But anyways, yeah, I watching the match live. I wasn't a fan. It was actually my worst rated match on the show for me. But after watching it a second time, like by itself on its own, the match itself is actually decent. It's not
Hmm.
great by any means. It's not good by any means. It's decent,
That's
serviceable,
fair.
but it should not have been the main event. Looking back at it,
And this is rough, man, dude. I'm a big Mox fan. That's like Mox is like my AEW go. Like that's my dude. But the last two main events he's done has been bad. Just that Fatal 4-Way at World 10. It just wasn't it, dude. I don't know, man. I'm not trying to jump on this wagon of hating Mox. And no, do I want to will hate him, but this title reign just ain't it, man.
was he the main event of Full Gear too?
Yeah, but I don't remember that being a bad match. If he was the main event.
Was that Orange Cassidy?
Yeah, because that was the rematch at Full. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
It was. Yeah. Okay. It was. Yeah.
They need to get past this briefcase thing. I don't like not seeing a world title on TV.
Yeah. I mean, this comes back to that whole like people are pissed off at Mox for what he's doing. Like,
Yeah, that's true. It
good
works.
heel.
It
That's a
works.
good heel.
Yep. You're not
So I
wrong.
mean, looking at it in kayfabe, he's a fantastic heel. Now,
Yeah,
obviously, we look at it a little bit deeper than that because
Mhm.
we know obviously that the wrestling business is. We question why things are done the way they are, but
Yeah.
looking
Which
at
is,
it
I
just
guess,
from a kayfabe perspective.
which is faulty on us more than anything. I wish I
Oh
could
yeah,
go. I wish I could have my naive brain back of, having wrestling feel real to me, and it just wrestling's so much better when it's when you're naive.
100%. Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Unfortunately, I had to grow up.
It's not possible, unfortunately, especially with the internet the way it is too.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'll be honest. I made a post on Twitter the other day, but I feel like I'm on an island, just all alone, being one of the only ones over here that's actually like enjoying what Mox is doing
I
right
don't
now.
hate it. I'm not disenjoying. It's just I think it needs to come to closure soon.
Yeah,
So
there
I thought
was a period. There was a period in there where it just was not hitting at all. Like in between um, World's End and before he started the Edge stuff, it wasn't into it at all. But I feel like the Edge versus Mox stuff really picked it up. It really
Mhm.
picked up because the story I thought got pretty good then
Yeah.
with Edge like taking out the Death Riders and so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Well, what would you give? We didn't do it for Chamber, so we'll go back to that too. What would you give Revolution out of 10? I give it a solid 9. I give both Chamber and uh Revolution a solid 9. They're both really, really good cards.
Chamber, I'd say 9 probably. This is gonna sound may be crazy, but I think the Elimination Chamber is probably my most enjoyed WWE pay-per-view since WrestleMania 39,
Damn.
the Hollywood WrestleMania. So like 2 years. Chamber was probably the WWE pay-per-view I enjoyed the most since then.
Fair.
So
Yeah, I give them both a 9.
I give that a 9, and then Revolution.
The only
It
reason
was
it doesn't get a 10 for me is those 2 matches. To me, when I look in this,
yeah.
like, same thing, I can't give Elimination Chamber a 10 because of that tag match. I can't give Revolution a 10 because of the Continental match and the tag match. To me,
I'd
a
say
10.
for me,
I want to say. I
yeah,
don't know if I've done a 10 here on a pay per view yet, but
zero
it,
flaws. It'd have to be.
it
It'd
has
have
to
to
be
have
fair.
no flaws at all.
Yeah,
I'd say probably a 9.5,
it's fair.
just because of the quality. I mean, MJF Hangman. I myself I rated 6 matches 4 stars or better. 3 of them being 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the quality of that show was insane, top to bottom. Now, obviously, there were a couple clunkers, but overall, it was just heat, just fire. And it's going to be hard to see a show that tops that this year. I'll be honest.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
It will.
WrestleMania around the corner. AEW always cooks at pay-per-views.
Not with Jay winning a world title, man. Sorry, Jay, just catching strays on the show today. But I think Mania will be good. I can't watch it live, unfortunately, though. I got a concert that night, that Saturday. So I'll have to wait. I'll have to somehow wait until Monday to watch because I'm off work that Monday. So I'll have to watch both nights on that Monday, which sucks.
A lot of wrestling in one night.
Dude. Well, I'm off, so I can start at probably like 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's going to be a lot, but it'll happen. It'll have to happen. Yeah. Unless I watch night 1 on Sunday night, and then just night 2, I can watch the next day.
Right. Yeah, sounds a good plan.
But yeah,
I know you gotta get going soon. So you want to do some blind ranking?
Yes, sir. We'll save Guess the Wrestler for next week too.
Oh no! You think we can get both then? Those are good.
We can do both.
Yeah, those are good content shorts. Those are good views. And
yeah, for sure.
You've been doing really good on TikTok, dude.
Yeah, dude. TikTok's been blowing up. So let's do it.
I almost forgot Guess the Wrestler. That's insane. All right, what do you want to do? You want to Guess the Wrestler first or blind ranking?
Guess the Wrestler. We can end on the blind ranking. End on the blind ranking.
I'll pull up the 1 minute.
Okay. Am I going to guess first?
Yeah. See that?
Fine. Be that way. 1 sec. I was pulling up Wiki for mine. All right. Yep, I got it.
1 second. You got to pull up that too, just in case I do forget something. All right. Ready?
Yes, sir. All right. Are they a current wrestler?
Yes.
Are they in the WWE?
Yes.
Have they been in AEW?
No.
Were they active in the Ruthless Aggression era?
Yes.
Attitude era?
No.
PG era?
Yes.
Is it Randy Orton?
No.
Have they won a world title?
Yes.
WWE title?
Yes.
World heavyweight title?
No.
Have they won a Royal Rumble?
No.
Are they on Raw?
No.
Are they on SmackDown?
Yes.
Shit. Oh, my brain is blanking right now on questions. Are they a high flyer?
No. 10 seconds.
Have they been in NXT?
No. Maybe matches, but nothing known for.
Have they been U.S. champion?
Yes.
Intercontinental champion?
Yes. And you're out of time.
WWE Intercontinental U.S. champion. Not AEW, not. Damn. I'm totally drawing a blank here. This is a bad one. I feel like I don't have a lot to go off.
Huh? Yeah, I got him out.
Do you think I got enough?
I mean, yeah. But I mean, it's a lot of who's had the WUS, but still active. And all those
Exactly. There's a
things you
lot.
said.
I didn't even ask if they're. Is it? Rats. I know this is wrong because you said they're not AEW, but I don't have any other guesses. Cody Rhodes.
Nope, it is the
Yeah.
Miz.
Bro, no way. I did the Miz. God, now I gotta change
Really?
mine.
You had your answer right in front of you.
Bro. I literally just pulled up his wiki to look at his accomplishments because I was gonna do them for you. God bless America. Ah, fuck. What the hell, man? That's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
Well, now I gotta look up a whole new wrestler.
That's
I
insane.
can't believe this right now.
I don't know what's more insane, the fact
epitome
that we, out of all the wrestlers out there, we guess, we picked the same ones, or the fact that you didn't get it, and the wrestler that you have is, oh, that's awesome.
ridiculous.
That's
That's ridiculous. All right, I got one. Fuck. That's gonna haunt me for days. The fucking Miz, dude.
all right.
You ready?
I am ready.
I hope I need to stump you on this one. Okay. Ready?
Yep. Are they still active?
Yes.
Are they in WWE?
No.
Are they in AEW?
Yes.
Have they been a champion in AEW?
Yes.
Have they been in WWE before?
Yes.
AEW World Champion.
No.
TBS Champion.
Nope.
A male.
Yes.
TNT Champion.
Nope.
Tag Team Champion.
Yes.
Bobby Lashley.
No fucking
Let's
way.
go!
Yes. God, dude, with 31 seconds to spare. This was just an all-around bad round for me. Man. I'm heartbroken.
I was ready to guess Disco Inferno because of Sebastian with that one comment on YouTube. I'm like, let's see if he actually pulls out Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno.
All right.
Man, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. All right. Blind rankings. Let's do this.
You want me to blind rank first, or you want to blind rank first?
Yeah, you go. I'll go you first. So, all right, you ready?
Yep.
Blind rank these 5 AEW matches.
Okay.
So, number 1, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus the Young Bucks at Revolution 2020.
Ooh, I was there.
You were there.
That's a good catalog. Since it's a good catalog of AEW matches, I'm gonna go 4.
4. Oh my god.
That's a great match, but that's the AEW catalog is.
I've seen people say that that's arguably the best tag team match they've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a great one.
It is. 4. That's crazy. Okay. Cody versus Dustin Rhodes at Double or Nothing 2019.
Ooh, that's fucking good. 3.
All right. Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks All Out 2021 Steel Cage match.
2.
Okay.
1 and 5 left. That's rough.
That's real rough. All right, the next one. Bryan Danielson versus MJF, our Iron Man match for the World Championship.
1.
Ouch. That's a tough one because your number 5 is Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, Forbidden Door.
Oh.
Oh man, that's tough.
Dude, I think my list would be completely different. Kenny Omega and Ospreay definitely would be at 1.
Wow, a fourth place jump. That's crazy.
Yeah, tag team match would be at 2. MJF and Danielson 3. 4 would be Lucha Bros and Young Bucks, and what was the left then?
Cody versus Dustin.
Yeah.
Man.
My list would be completely different. Damn.
Not a single one the same. So, just to recap your list, number 1, MJF versus Bryan Danielson. Decent spot for that, I'll be honest. Number 2, Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks Steel Cage. Number 3, Cody versus Dustin Rhodes. Number 4, Kenny and Hangman versus the Bucks. And number 5, Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega, Forbidden Door.
Yeah, that's like
that's tough.
That's one of my favorite matches.
I got you on that one.
You got me good on that one. You got me good at that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. You ready for your blind ranking?
I'm ready.
All right. Blind rank. Title wins.
Just the win?
Yep.
Just the win.
Okay. The match itself, the moment, the match.
The match and the moment. You got it.
All right. Your first option. Jeff Hardy, WWE title.
3.
3. Okay. Kofi Mania. Kofi Kingston, WrestleMania 35.
I'll say 5 on that one. You know, I like Kofi, but I feel like he's not as much as a lot of others.
Okay. All right. Seth Rollins cashes in. WrestleMania 31. WWE title.
2.
CM Punk, Money in the Bank 2011. WWE title.
I'll say 4.
4. Okay. I think you're going to be happy with that.
Bryan Danielson, All In 2024.
Yep. Your number 1 is Danielson AEW title.
Let's go. That's perfect. Honestly, that'd probably be my list too. Yeah, that'd probably be my exact list, 1 through 5.
Yeah, so just to recap your list, at number 1, Danielson wins the AEW title. Number 2, Seth cashes in. Number 3, Jeff Hardy WWE title. 4, CM Punk Money in the Bank 2011. And 5, Kofi Mania.
Yeah, that'd probably be my list, spot on. If anything, I would flip-flop 4 and 5, but even then, I might, at the time, feel that it should be the same as it is now. So, yeah, great list.
All right.
Great list.
Hell yeah.
It couldn't be two more opposite. My list is spot on and yours is completely changed.
Yeah.
I got your ass. All right, well, I guess that'll do it.
That'll do it.
I guess that does it for this episode. So,
yep.
Like, subscribe, whatever else you want to do.
Comment. You know, if you want to see us talk, about something, you have an opinion on something you want us to review, just comment. You know, we'll talk about it. If you want to watch
a match, if you want us to watch a random match in history, we'll do it.
Watch a match, watch a show. If we got, just comment what you want, and we'll talk about it.
Hell yeah! It's all about interactivity here.
Exactly.
We want to be as interactive as possible. So, and if you want to be on a show, we can come up with something. If
you want to be on the show, just comment.
Yeah, I know. All it takes is a message or a comment. Yeah. That's it, and we'll have you on and we'll talk some wrestling. Whatever you want to talk about too.
I was talking with Sebastian. Sebastian said he wants to be on the show eventually, so we'll probably have him soon.
Hell yeah! I know Ryan wants to be on the show at some point, but and then eventually down the line, Sax maybe.
Yeah, that would be the big shocker.
Oh my God! It's a collaboration. No one ever knew that was going to happen. It's like Stone Cold and Triple H teaming up to become.
It's like
the 2-team power trip, the 2-man power trip.
It's like the one thing the picture I sent to that group chat of Austin and Hogan, which is
Austin and Vince.
Austin and Vince. That's my bad.
Did you say Austin and Hogan?
Yeah, I did. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why Hogan came to mind.
Oh man! All right. Well, what a show. We did it. We got there. So I'm off to Mike's tonight. Watch good old Dynamite.
All right.
So, should be good.
Bit ado.
Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang.
Bang. All right. That was a good episode.